Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Aries. Aaron wants me to get these out of the way. I've reviewed them and on Amazon. Now it's time to do it here. The Art of Freshwater Fishing. This book, first of all, I didn't borrow from the library. They didn't have a copy, so I got my own copy right here. First of all, it says here, and I'm going to read you the contents. Introduction. Understanding fish and their environments. Talks about fish sense, food, cover, freshwater basics, seasonal movement, natural lakes, ponds, pits, man-made lakes, rivers, and streams. And it goes fishing equipment. Rods and reels, lines and knots, casting techniques, terminal tackle, fishing boat, sonar devices, and other electronic aids, map and navigation equipment, and trolling equipment. Then it goes basic game techniques for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, white bass, and striped bass, crappie, yellow perch, catfish, bullhead, walleye, and sauger, northern pike and muskie, string trout, steelhead, lake trout, salmon, and releasing fish, which is catch and release, and index. First of all, I gotta say this book, I wouldn't have recommended it to you all if I didn't read it and liked it. Some of you people could say, oh well, tell me more. This book here was made in China, but it doesn't matter because this book was very good. I got it dirt cheap on Amazon. It's a highly quality book. And like I said, one of my favorite things in all books is the trout tackle. You can sit there, and the second thing I like about it is, besides the trout tackle, or the fish tackle, which you use on, like talks about different fly weights, etc. Talks about spin cast, bait cast, trolling cast, and fly cast. All these are got their own applications. I want to say it all. My favorite part is also the fish. This book here has a lot about the fish. It also has some good colors. Like if you need to reference something, for example, let me show you something that I found to be very good. Fly tying. How to tie trialing knot strengths. How to do knots right here. Knots, leaders, tippets, tubes, etc. etc. How to cast. It shows how to cast here. Some of these books are very good. How to do a boat craft, I don't like sonar. I would never use sonar, etc. I, for one, don't think it's good in my opinion. Just fish blindly and hope like heck you get a fish. Another favorite is the trout part. Yeah, like I said, striped bass talks about the bass. It also talks about where the fish are, what country they are, states they are, etc. Gives you an idea of how to catch them. Gives an idea of what they live on. Gives you an idea of overall of everything. Bullheads, etc. Where they're from. Walleye and sougers. Where they live, etc. Talks about dams, etc. Talks about trout fishing. And then you understand pike. It's a good looking book. And it's very good, high quality book. Like I said, I prefer trout. But it also talks about artificial lures and stuff too. How to use them to catch said fish. So in my opinion, this is a book, it's like a how-to guide, like a do-it-yourselfer, but also gives you some information on a little bit of everything. And if you have multiple books, you can actually feel and understand what you're reading if you have multiple books. Like if you have this one is this, they have books on bass, they have books on panfish. They have books on trout. They have books on northern pike and muskie, walleye. You get books, various books in just one subject, and you condense it all together. You have to cut it down. But if you buy each individual one, you'll know more and you can understand reading this. I read this later because I had a lot of trout books I read, and all the information added up and made sense. So, with that said, I highly recommend it. I give it 5 stars. So please, 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 read it. Please buy it if you don't have a copy. It's pretty cheap on Amazon. I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to add it to the freshwater collection. I have various books on the freshwater collection, and I highly recommend it. With that said, please subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box if you like. Please add me as a friend if you like. And please, please, please subscribe and post suggestions. Thank you, and may God bless the world.